Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. Today, I had a huge aha moment, and it was from watching a Sunny Lenarduzzi video. She's a YouTube growth content teacher, I guess you could say. At least that's what she has been for the past, 10 years maybe or so being on YouTube. She was a journalist, trained journalist, always wanted to be that, then became that, and then realized that wasn't really what she wanted to do when she started doing it. So then she became a social media strategist in a way. I don't know, like one of those people that does the social media management strategy for you back in the day. So when it was brand new and people didn't know how to use Twitter and YouTube and all the things for their business. Her story says that she basically started making YouTube videos because all her clients were needing her to explain the same things over and over again. So she made one video to send it to all her clients, and then that's how her channel started. And she became pretty successful at it, I would say. And her latest video is if I had to start over, I'd take these 8 steps to make $1 million. So I really like her videos and the way she explains things. And I really feel like she's going above just being a YouTube strategist at this point. I feel like she is becoming a business YouTuber overall because I get a lot of value watching her videos, and I'm not interested in growing my YouTube channel necessarily. That would be nice, but that's not why I post all my podcast videos on YouTube. I'm kind of just the podcast is almost like a second brain situation where as I'm working and thinking, I'm sharing with you guys. It's kind of a water cooler moment because I work by myself at home and since 2007, so I don't have that interaction of talking to people in the office, and I miss that. And so this is like my thing to where like maybe I'm that weird lady in the office that gives you like random cool nuggets of information that you always like to chat about or whatever. So the aha moment that I had watching her video, which I will link her video in the show description so you can go watch it too. It's kind of towards the end of the video if you don't want to go sit through the whole thing. But she talks about content strategy. So Sunny Lenarduzzi doesn't really try hard on Instagram or TikTok necessarily. All her customers for her online course and her company comes from YouTube, basically. So people will watch her on YouTube, learn to trust and like her, and then pay for her course based on all the free content she's given for years and years and years. So the one thing that she's always kind of said was like, just focus on one. Don't try to be good at all of them simultaneously. Achieve one and then move on to the next one if you want. But it's figure out where your most success is coming from, which I think that is kind of the 80-20 thing, where out of 100% of your stuff that you're trying to achieve, only 20% of your effort actually goes into moving yourself forward. So for her, the 20% effort is YouTube and being searchable and knowing how to do all the things to be SEO fantastic on YouTube, which I don't know why. I can't try that hard. There's something inside of me that's like, not that I just want to do the base level, but it's like when you're going over above and beyond with YouTube algorithm stuff, like it's not exciting for me. And I don't do it, which is maybe why people don't watch my videos. But there's I can see it's growing when I look at my analytics. I'll have over 200 views for the month and like 8 hours of watch time. And when I'm doing a podcast that's about 5 to 15 minutes, I feel like that's pretty cool. Even though it's not crazy, it's something. And right now I'm at that stage where I'm just practicing. So the thing that was an aha moment when she was talking about content creation was she was talking about evergreen social media platforms and on-demand social media platforms. So what she meant by on demand, I think, which is maybe not like the term that I would use, but what she meant was there's social media platforms when you're posting things, it is just for the people that happen to see that right then. If they don't see it, it's gone. If they're not paying attention that day, it's gone. They never saw that thing. Whereas evergreen social media platforms are forever. And those are the platforms where people are actually working, searching themselves to find something valuable that hopefully you were the answer to their question. So, an evergreen social media platform, she considers that long term content that's good forever. I mean, some things are going to go out of date, but sometimes something can be valuable for 10 years. Who knows how long? So, maybe in like 100 years, somebody's going to be searching your YouTube video topic and find you and learn something. So, examples of evergreen social media platforms are YouTube, Pinterest, and a blog. Blog isn't necessarily social media, but it can be. I mean, you're sharing yourself in a way that there's blog loving and other like blog kind of social media platforms. But I think her point was that you're creating content, and when someone goes on YouTube, they're searching for something in the bar, and if you're the answer to their question, they're going to check you out. Same thing with Pinterest. I got this like little download, little like, hey, you need to like pay attention to Pinterest for some reason. And I started checking it out. I can't really think of the moment that made me think of that. But then I looked at some other people's Pinterest pages that are like really into Pinterest and really good at it with like actual high numbers of followers. And I was like, they are still like doing this and going strong. Pinterest has like kept it going. They were pretty early on whenever all these, the social media boom started happening. And they're consistently bringing value, I feel like, to the people using their platform. So it's really making me take another look into Pinterest. I erased everything on my Pinterest and I'm trying to keep it fully consistent, starting from scratch. It's a really old Pinterest account. I signed up for it probably when Pinterest was first created, whenever that was. I took out anything that's like not related to business and to my personal brand, and I'm trying to make it each post unique and look consistent. So we'll see if that's worthwhile or not. I just have a feeling that it's gonna matter somehow, some way, because it's that people are searching. Like Sunny Lenarduzzi is right. People aren't going to Instagram, for example, or Facebook and trying to get questions answered. They're not going there looking for fashion or party ideas. Blogs, Pinterest, and YouTube, people are actively searching for answers to questions. And I'm doubling down on that. I just had such like a blah feeling thinking about Facebook. Instagram is like not very exciting. I know Reels is kind of happening, but I almost feel like that's like the last ditch effort before it's over. Maybe like 5% chance of turning Instagram around. But basically Instagram at this point is like an online dog magazine for me. Dog and cats. I go look for the funny dog and cats videos, so it's like always feeds to me, and I share different funny dog and cat videos with like a couple friends in there, and that's about it. And sometimes I'll actually see the people I'm following if they've posted something. I'll actually see what they're up to, but it's usually the algorithm does not really show you the people you actually follow their stuff. So it's okay. It's not dead, but it's very little hope. The reason why I feel like I haven't really been attracted to that and this like feeling it matters so much is because it is a short-lived platform. If I'm not seeing it that day or the next 24 hours, I'm probably not going to see it. So all that work that was put into that is done. And I don't know if maybe the Reels algorithm is similar to TikTok, to where they can show it to you months later, a year later, like it'll spin back around. But she kind of considers on demand, short lived social media platforms to be Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And I totally agree with all that. However, TikTok's algorithm, if it doesn't change, is kind of amazing. And it does kind of have that evergreen, long term thing that she's talking about YouTube and Pinterest and blogs have. Because if I follow someone on TikTok, I start getting fed their videos and a totally random thing. Yeah, you do get like their newest video if they're making a current video, but you also, if you start watching a lot of their stuff, you get fed like way super old videos. It's not just their current video and it's gone. TikTok actually does feed you old content. I don't know if that's based on an old video might have gone viral, so it's showing their new subscribers, their old viral content, or how it works exactly. I'll probably never know, but that's okay. I do feel like TikTok is fun and valuable, and if you can make TikTok be relevant, I guess, to your brand and be valuable, be funny, be entertaining, just being social in general with the other people on the platform, or you don't necessarily have to like do anything with anyone else on TikTok, but there's something about it that is fun that Instagram doesn't have and Facebook doesn't have. It's like you're meeting strangers, like-minded strangers, and it's actually true. I do feel like you can meet the people, if you reach out and write to people, they might write you. It's not like a DM in Instagram that it will never ever be open. There's just something different with TikTok. And I believe it's because it has that little hint of an evergreen moment where we'll spin around old videos. So overall, it was just that little thing that I wanted to share today. Another thing that I just want to kind of throw at you, kind of archive here, is that doing something is better than saying something. So if you are a company where you're like, oh, I donate whatever to whatever, like Tom's Shoes, they say that they do it and they do it. And I feel like social media should be that moment for your business or your brand, like where you're being there, like as a friend to the person that you're selling crap to. What can you do to make your social media platform valuable? Which, I mean, people say that all the time, but I just think like take that a step further, and you're being social with your customers. Like, how can you do that? Take the step. Doing it is better than just like saying you're doing it and posting a bunch of commercials for your thing. How can you connect? And that doesn't mean like you have to actually talk to people necessarily. I mean, if people connect with other people by vlogging their life and they've never met, but then they get this like connection of they're hanging out, or I mean, there's like a million things that I could say that is actually brings value to your social media, but I would say double down on it. It's not that that you can't be Instagram famous and you can't get like a bunch of attention and eyeballs on Instagram. I'm not necessarily saying that. I know there's some people that just blow up, and I think they're blowing up because they're kind of going beyond the wall of like I'm selling something. They're truly there to like be social. At least the ones that I've seen, they're really trying hard to connect with people, be it with fashion or be it with interior decorating or flipping furniture pieces. They are there filming themselves and doing it because they like seriously want to connect. I just, if you were to show up at a party and just stood on the wall and wore your name on your t-shirt or something, you wouldn't be out meeting friends. Like think about it like going out and meeting friends and like connecting. And that's kind of like what I'm thinking about as far as like having a podcast. Like I really want to talk to people and I really want to get other people's opinions and I really want to like organize my own brain and get it out there. But I really don't want to do it in short-lived little pieces of content that take a lot of work and nobody's going to even possibly see it just because they haven't logged on to their stuff that day or that month. Who knows? Social media is changing. We're building this into social media 2.0. Something interesting is happening, but this was like a very well explained concept. It was like I couldn't really understand it, and Sunny Lenarduzzi just like nailed it. Evergreen, long-term social media versus on-demand, short-lived social media. Where do you want to spend your time? If you don't have an audience, I think evergreen is the way to go. So YouTube, Pinterest, blog, and connect that, to your whole ecosystem and make something cool and be social. And I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.